Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the SCSRA Blue Ridge Auto Group Truck Series here on iRacing. Getting ready for 150 laps around Indianapolis Raceway Park. That's right, we are short track racing here tonight on the SCSRA Blue Ridge Auto Group Truck Series. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. Currently, Devin Butchino up at the top of the leaderboard. Eddie Moore sits back in second without a win. Michael Moutre back in third. Joe Wright and Daniel Wiles, your top five. Then Brandon Zimmerman back in sixth. Nicholas Fuller in seventh. David Wright, Brett Merle, and Brian. This is the wrong points. Just realized I'm showing the Xfinity Series because I do not race in the truck series, and I apologize for that. Let's give me a moment as we try this all over again. There we go. Let's get this fixed and fit to the screen. I apologize for that. So let's try this again. So Nick Fuller, currently your points leader over Devin Butchino, who has yet to win here in the Blue Ridge Auto Group Truck Series. Eddie Morris back in third, Devin Zimmerman fourth, John Lynch in fifth, Brandon Zimmerman, Blaze Richardson, Joe Wright, and Brett Merle. And Jay Stinson, your top 10. Stinson with a win. Michael Provo and Brian Merle Jr., your top 12. So Moutre is sitting in the 15th position, currently locked in to the playoffs as long as he does not miss another race this season. So let's see where everybody lines up. We see the 93 of Devin Zimmerman, currently the fastest truck out on the racetrack. Devin Butchino sits back in second. Austin Schultz having some issues here. Currently third fastest, then Eddie Morris back in the fourth position. And Eddie Morris running a very special paint job here tonight. We got about a minute and a half left here. See if we can get a good look at this truck here. Oh. See Eddie Morris paying tribute to his father on this truck here tonight. His father did pass away on this date in 2017. So you see the awesome paint job. I apologize for the speed there, but you see the tribute Eddie Morris has there. It's Eddie and his father walking into the racetrack. I believe that's Bristol. And just awesome paint job. I love the arm up on the wheel. So Eddie carrying his father along on the racetrack here tonight. I know it's an emotional thing for him, but awesome to see the tribute that he has. Well, we got about 20 seconds to go here in practice before we get things underway. And the time you're going to see up on the board here for qualifying will be incorrect. There's a glitch when they put the time in, so ignore the timer for the qualifying. It's still going to be the normal 10 minutes of qualifying, not an hour and 40 minutes. Let's see who our first driver is to make their way out onto the racetrack. It's going to be the 95, Michael Provolt. See everybody hitting the racetrack early. Brian Merle Jr. out on the racetrack. Brett Merle on the racetrack. Nick Fuller, Joe Wright on the racetrack. Blaze Richardson, Austin Schultz, Brandon Zimmerman, Jono Lynch, Chuck Balance, Rick Ward, Daniel Wiles and Michael Provolt all out on the racetrack, getting their qualifying done early. In the chat, we see Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence says, have a great race, guys. I miss racing with you all. And Butch put up the heart and said, love you, Cheesy B. Unfortunately, due to work schedules and conflicts, Cheeseburger's not going to be able to race as often or as much or even at all. But glad to see you in the chat there, Cheesy, and miss you out on the racetrack for sure. Nick Fuller just went top of the board and then looped it in turn number 1. As Daniel Wiles jumps up to the top of the leaderboard, Eddie Moore is currently in second. So about half the field out there qualifying right now as we see Wiles coming off of turn number 4 and across the stripe. Eddie Morris across the stripe. We'll see where he slides in. He's going to go a little bit slower on his second lap. Ryan Gomes just making his way out onto the racetrack, start his qualifying attempt. Who gets loose off of turn number 4 hard into the inside wall. That's going to cancel his qualifying attempt as we see the 31 of Jay Stinson off of turn number 4. Stinson comes off of turn number 4 down across the stripe. He is going to stay in the 8th place currently. Tyler Aspinall in the 45 coming off of turn number 4 down across the stripe, and he's going to start his white flag lap, see where he slots in. Looks like he's going to stay currently off the leaderboard. Looks like he may have made a contact with the outside wall. Oh yeah, you see that 45 really struggling there off of the corner down across the stripe. And Aspinall's going to muster out a 14th place starting position currently. Matthew Fritz running right up against the wall. Currently jumps up into the 7th position. And across the stripe, and Fritz, see what he's able to do here, stays in the 9th position. Currently Devin Butchino up to the top of the leaderboard. Mike Moultrie, excuse me, up into 2nd. As Butch comes off of turn number 4, and he is going to stay currently on the pole. Here's Dave Wright coming off of turn number 4. He's going to catch the inside wall. That's going to disallow his second lap. See if anybody else has yet to qualify. Looks like Cole Owens, the only driver who has not qualified yet. As we have about 3 minutes left here in qualifying. So a little history here on Lucas Oil IRP. Racetrack opened in 1960. Currently holds a couple different events because you see the NHRA logo on the wall. The drag strip is actually right behind the backstretch here at IRP. There's also a road course. So 3 different racetracks here at IRP. Oval is 0.686 miles, so just over a half mile. 12-degree banking in the corners. Fortunately, the iRacing doesn't have the road course here on iRacing. That'd be pretty sweet if they were able to. Of course, I want to thank everybody who's joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or over on Kick. We do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know when we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, the Tuesday Night Truck Series here in the SCSRA is brought to you by Blue Ridge Auto Group. If you're in the Tennessee area looking for a new or used vehicle, check out BlueRidgeAutoGroup.com. Also, the SCSRA is brought to you by Dev's Sports Cards. If you're looking for that early Christmas gift for that sports fan in your family, check out Dev's Sports Cards on eBay. Check out their trading cards and pick yourself up something either for yourself or for someone else this Christmas. Of course, Morris Customs with the paint jobs. If you're looking for a brand new paint job, visit Morris Customs on Facebook at facebook.com/Morris Customs. Of course, here on Intensity, you can check out Race EPI for all your racing or iRacing setups and coaching needs. Also, check out our website over at IntensityBroadcasting.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs. Not just Intensity gear, but there's SCSRA gear there as well. And you can even find Atlee Atman Reese's racing gear and a couple of the drivers that he races with at Langley. So check that out, IntensityBroadcasting.com. And finally, we can't forget about our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Of course, Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Well, qualifying has just about completed here. Got about 2 minutes left before qualifying gets done. Of course, next week we will be off next week due to Halloween. So we hope everybody has a safe and happy Halloween. Tina Miller says, "Let's have a great race. Zim in the Scooby-Dooby-Doo paint scheme." And yeah, that's a pretty sweet paint job. Reminds me of the old Mystery Machine job. Actually, we just saw Adam Gardner in the previous race running a similar paint job. But I love that Scooby-Doo machine. It brings back a lot of memories when the Cartoon Network cars were on track. Man, that was late 90s, early 2000s. So, man, I'm dating myself now. But I've always loved the Scooby cars, especially the purple Ghost machine. That was an awesome one as well. So happy to see some old throwback paint jobs like that. We're going to see a bunch of throwback paint jobs in 2 weeks, though, as the SCSRA Truck Series will be heading to after Halloween. We will be heading to Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be a double points crown jewel event. It's going to have 2 different stages. It's going to be a longer race, and it's going to be throwback weekend. So not going to want to miss that. So tune in 2 weeks for our race at Charlotte. About 15 seconds left here in qualifying before we advance and get ready to go racing here at IRP for 150 laps. And we've seen these drivers having a little bit of struggles here on this racetrack early. Track is very, very slick. Let's take a look at our weather here tonight. There you have it. Track temperature is 79 degrees, 77 degrees air temperature, 57% humidity, so a little bit on the humid side there. It's going to make for some great racing here tonight, as looks like qualifying has come to an end. Now let's take a look at our starting lineup. And again, on pole tonight is the 68 of Devin Butchino with Mike Moultrie to his outside in position number 2. Dale Wiles and Eddie Morris make up row number 2 with Austin Schultz and Nick Fuller in row 3. Starting 7th will be Devin Zimmerman with Joseph Wright to his outside, then Matthew Fritz and Ryan Gomes round out your top 10. Dave Wright in the 84 roll off 11th with John O'Lynch from the 12th position. 13th will be Michael Provault with Jay Stinson from the 14th position. 15th will be Brett Merle with Brian Merle Jr. in 16th. So the Merle brothers starting back in row number 8. Row 9 will find Brandon Zimmerman and Tyler Aspinall. Rick Rollard in the 34 roll off from the 19th spot with Chuck Balance back in the 20th spot. 21st will be Blaze Richardson. Ryan Gomes back in 22nd. And rounding out the field tonight is the 77 of Cole Owens. So as the field gets ready to roll out onto the racetrack here tonight, we take a look from the iRacing blimp high in the sky. Take a look at this beautiful IRP complex. See that drag strip right off the front stretch as I was talking about before. And you see the road course that runs around the track as well. So a very, very interesting layout here at IRP. Allows for all sorts of different racing. As these trucks get ready to get their pace laps underway. And we get ready for 150 laps around IRP here tonight. Of course, you see all those rookies up here at the front. Of course, black windshield banners will signify veterans of the series, and the white banners will show the rookies here in the series. As the field circulates here, the pace truck will take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And Devin Butchino is going to lead them down to the starting zone. The green flag is in the air. And we are racing here already here at IRP. And Devin Butchino trying to use that low lane to get around Moultrie. But here comes Moultrie up on the high side. He's going to take over the lead as they go down into turns 3 and 4 for the first time. And Daniel Wiles looking to the inside of Eddie Morris. Here comes a 56 of Austin Schultz, as well as we got our first driver a little loose there. That's the 31 of Jay Simpson, who's able to hold on to it. And Eddie Morris gets tagged. He gets turned around. Zimmerman gets hard hit. Big crash on the backstretch. Michael Provolt's able to get around it. That's going to bring out our first wreckage rewind of the night. I believe it starts back here with the 9 of Gomes. Nope, I take that back. It's going to start in front of Gomes here. Yeah, that starts with Eddie Morris way up front. Let's rewind this a little bit further back. So it starts with Daniel Wiles and Eddie Morris racing here off of turn, I believe this is turn number 2. Yes, this is turn 2. And Eddie just gets a little loose there. Comes into the side of Wiles. You see the 14 and Nick Fuller just nowheres to go. Able to avoid, but here comes Devin Zimmerman, Riley Gomes, Matthew Fritz involved in that. Dave Wright, we see Joe Wright getting a little piece of it here as well, as he's going to hit the 9 pretty square there. Stinson able to avoid it. How Michael Provolt was able to get through that is incredible. It's right on the roof here of Provolt. Full speed here, so you can see just what he saw and just how the snap decision that he had to make here. Man, what a job getting through that one. On the chat, we see Nancy Hickok says, looking for a great race, cheering for family and friends. And Tina Miller says, no. Fortunately, all these drivers have one reset. Well, they'll be able to get that truck fixed up as needed. Looks like this 93 machine didn't take too hard. Oh, no, looks like he might have come down and taken that reset already. Let's rewind here and see if he indeed take that reset coming into the pits here. Really easy to see because we'll see. Yep. So you see as that truck comes stop into their pit stall, the truck is going to snap back to looking like a brand new truck. So it looks like he had to take his reset there, but here we go. Coming back to the green flag, Mike Moultrie up on the high side. He's your control truck. Green flag is back in the air. Great jump for that 24 as Devin Butchnow is going to jump up to the high side to try to keep Schultz behind him. That high lane is the preferred line, it seems, around this track. Everybody's been kind of fighting up to the high side here tonight. Nick Fuller looking down to the inside of Daniel Wiles, and he's going to take over the 4th position. Now the field's starting to get a little more single file, a little side-by-side action back here as Brian Merrill Jr. is trying to look down to the inside of Brandon Zimmerman. Devin Butchnow battling with Austin Schultz here for the 2nd position. Here, how long it takes these drivers to get back to the throttle. Heavy on the brakes, letting that truck roll. It seems like forever. And able to pick up the throttle once they kind of get to the straightaway here or get to the exit of the corner. Oh, the 33 of O. Lynch around. Caution is out. Not quite sure if that was a self-spin or if he had a little bit of help here. Now it looks like that was all by himself here. Coming off of turn the number 4, just trying to get to the throttle a little too quickly. See the back end snap around. Able to lock it down though and keep it off the wall. As the field picks up the pace truck on the backstretch. Well, I don't expect to see too many drivers coming down pit road here. I don't think anybody's going to make their way down pit road. Lynch might try to get those. iRacing doesn't have flat spots yet, so I don't think he'll be coming down pit road. No, he's going to stay out here. I do want to shout out this 9 truck of Riley Gomes as he makes his way around the racetrack. I talk about paint jobs. I love the Great Pumpkin paint job on this 9 truck is amazing. So love the Halloween themes. As Riley Gomes gets the lucky dog here to put himself back onto the lead lap. So this time by, looks like the lights on the pace car will stay on. We'll be going 1 to go next time by. So lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here. Moultrie going to take the high side this time. Butchino down on the low side as the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4. Nancy Hickok says, get back in the game, 33, lots of racing to go. Green flags back in the air. We are back racing, and Moultrie with another great jump here on Devin Butchino as they race down into turns 1 and 2. A little side-by-side racing already mid-pack as we see the 17 of Wiles looking down to the inside of Fritz. David Wright looking down to the inside of Brett Merle right behind. Brett Merle having a great run so far already, up 8 spots from where he started, up into the 7th position. Short track racer in real life. He's able to show those skills here tonight at IRP. Oh, the 95 of Pearl gets tagged and turned around. Caution is back out on the racetrack, and it looks like Devin Zimmerman might have got into the corner there of the 95 that caused the caution here. It's going to bring out another wreckage rewind. As we take a look to see what happened here. Well, it looks like some 3-wide racing. We see Brian Merle Jr. looking down to the inside of Zimmerman. That caused Zimmerman to have to enter the corner a little bit higher than he wanted. Gets into the 95 of Michael Provolt. Then you see Joe Wright come spinning through this mess here as well. It doesn't look like too much damage to the 93 or the 13 or the 95. Everybody should be able to continue on. Being a short track, aerodynamics really don't matter here, so these trucks are going to take a beating here tonight, and looks like everybody was able to get away with one right there. So lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack, restack, and get ready to refire them here at IRP. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Devin Butchino is going to push that 24 right up against the wall, trying to get an advantage here on this restart. Green flags back in the air. Another great start for Moultrie as the field rockets down into turn number 1. And already we've got some 3 wide racing again. As how about Brett Merle taking advantage, still 3 wide. Dave Wright able to shuffle Daniel Wise all the way back to the 9th position on that restart. Blaze Richardson battling side by side with Jay Stinson as they come down onto the front stretch. And some great racing all the way through the field. We see David Wright battling with Tyler Aspinall back here. And how about Brett Merle again? Just driving through the field, currently up in the 6th spot, trying to race with Matthew Fritz, trying to take that 5th position away. Meanwhile, up front, we see Austin Schultz and Devin Butchino battling for the 2nd spot. Butch able to hold on to that for now, but here comes Austin back down to the bottom. Ooh, big slide out of Nick Fuller. And oh, one around. Daniel Wiles around on the front stretch. Caution, caution is in the air. And that brings up another wreckage rewind. And Austin Schultz looks like he had some issues here as well. Yeah, he looped it around here under yellow. But what brought out the caution was the 17. Looks like Stinson got a little loose there, and the 17 kind of pinched down on the bottom. Oh, some contact there, and contact with the inside wall. Doesn't look like too much damage to the 17 machine. He should be able to continue on. But the real loser there was Austin Schultz, who falls all the way back to 21st after spinning self-spin when the caution came out. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night on Noma TV as the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series takes on Martinsville. So a week of short track racing. And then again next week we are off for the Halloween break. We hope everybody has a happy and healthy Halloween. And then again, we'll be right back here for Crown Jewel double points races at Charlotte Throwback Week the following week here in the SCSRA. So here we go. Pit lights on the pace truck are off. Pace truck makes its way down on the pit road. Again, Devin Butchino trying to pinch that 24 truck up against the wall as they come down towards the Geico restart zone. And green flag is back in the air. We are back racing, and everybody dives down into turn number 1. This time, though, Butchino able to stay right there with Moultrie. Although Moultrie is able to drive right off the corner. Here comes Nick Fuller. He's going to get around Matthew Fritz. He's going to move himself up into the 3rd position. And Brett Merle. Ooh, some contact there between Fuller and Fritz. Able to get away with one right there. Is got more contact behind. We almost have 3 wide race again. Oh, Dave Wright hard up into the outside wall. Battling with Blaze Richardson. And Richardson's going to be able to clear that 84 machine. Here comes Stinson down to the inside. Ooh, Brian Merle Jr. Contact, able to hold on to it. He's going to lose a ton of positions here, but able to save the truck. Great job for the driver of the 13. Now Blaze Richardson looking down underneath Brett Merle. As Brett's falling back a couple spots now into 7th. And they're going to go 3 wide. Dave Wright down on the bottom, Stinson in the middle. Merle was up on top. Merle's able to get away from him. More issues for Brian Merle Jr. He falls all the way back to the back of the field. Meanwhile, Moultrie stays out in front over Devin Butchino. Nick Fuller back in 3rd. And a battle heating up between Stinson and Brett Merle. Best battle on the racetrack right now is the battle for 7th. Stinson barely out in front. He's going to be able to clear the 11th. Throw a little slider here. Here comes Merle, though, with the momentum up on the high side, but he's going to have to slot in behind the 31 machine. So move Stinson up into the 7th position. Blaze Richardson, I talked to him in practice. He did not think he was going to have a very successful race at all. Now we see that 18 machine currently running up in the 6th position, our biggest mover of the race, up 15 positions from where he started. Now the field is starting to get a little bit more spread out, being single file. As Nick Fuller continues to battle with Matthew Fritz here. And Devin Butchino trying to run down that 24 machine. Fritz tried to make a move down to the inside of Fuller. Ooh, Chuck Balance having some issues. He's caution is out. And it looks like it is for Joseph Wright, who's turned it around, facing the wrong way in turn number 1. See if we can see what happened to the 82 machine. Racing with Riley Gomes. Oh. See if we can get a better view of this one. See the two of them make a little contact there, and then Gomes comes down off the wall, almost hitting the wall. Turns the 82 into the outside wall. Head on. I believe it was just these two trucks that were involved. Just before that, we saw Chuck Balance having some issues as well. Got a little loose down into the corner. Took a little ride through John Deere country, but able to hold on to that truck. So Well, that brings almost everybody down pit road. Brandon Zimmerman decided to stay out. We have some different strategies working out here as well. Of course, that was the stage caution as well. Yep. There was a bit of stage as well. So stage was lap 40. So they wrecked right at the stage. So let's talk about a little bit of strategy. Let's see if we can pull up pit stop times. And you'll notice that Devin Zimmerman, up into the 4th position. Had a 2-tire stop. So everybody else taking 4 tires. And Devin Zimmerman decided to take 2 to get the track position, get himself back up to the front. I know Tina's happy. Yeah, there it is. Yes, Tina. Tina cheering on that 93, taking the 2 tires, getting himself up to the front. Now the question is, for those who never run an iRacing before, having those 2 tires actually changes the attitude of the truck. It actually makes the truck a little bit looser, slides around a little bit more. So we'll see if Devin's able to hold on here up on that high side with those 2 tires. The field makes their way off of turn number 3. Down to the start-finish line. Green flag is in the air. And we are racing down into turn number 1. Oh! Little contact as Zimmerman was pushed up into the outside wall. Doesn't look like any harm or foul there as he's still trying to fight back on the high side on those 2 tires. Drives it in hard into turn number 3. Side by side, this is a battle for the 3rd position. As Zimmerman's going to clear the 14 of Fuller down into turn number 1. Matthew Fritsch is hard up into the outside wall, able to hang on to it. Oh, 33 of Lynch is around on the backstretch. Second time we've seen that 33 around here tonight. It's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. It looks like we see Brett Merle up in the outside wall here. That causes Lynch to kind of have to check up a little bit. Oh, the 11 just loses it off the corner right in front of the 33. 33 runs in the back of him with nowhere to go. Hits the brakes, comes across the nose of Austin Schultz. Doesn't look like any damage to any trucks, so everybody should be able to continue on without issues. You see the right side of that 33 looks just fine. So John Lynch, who was working his way through the field, now has to find a way to work his way through the field yet again. Here comes the 17, who is the lucky dog. So Mike Moultrie is going to be your leader. Devin Butchino is going to sit back in the second spot. Devin Zimmerman's made his way up to third. Nick Fuller and Matthew Fritz round out your top 5. Tyler Aspinall back in 6th. Blaze Richardson in 7th. Jay Stinson, your 8th place driver right now. Brett Merle and Austin Schultz round out the top 10 as we get ready to restart with about 100 laps to go. Lights are off on the pace truck. We got 1 to go. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here. At IRP. So a couple Devins down on that inside row. Can they make anything happen here on this restart? Pace truck down on the pit road. Mike Moultrie up on the high side. Gets the green flag. And we are racing back down into turn number 1. A big jump for Moultrie that time. Devin Zimmerman's going to tuck in behind Nick Fuller this time. Now Tyler Aspinall all over the back bumper of that 93. And Tyler Aspinall trying to make a move down underneath Devin Zimmerman. Big wiggle out of both Zimmerman and Aspinall as they make their way down into turn number 1. Matthew Fritz right there waiting in the wings along with Blaze Richardson up 14 positions up into 7th. Having a fantastic run here tonight. As Aspinall takes a look down to the inside of Zimmerman. That's Devin Zimmerman. But Devin's able to hold off on that high side for now. Oh, big slide out of Aspinall. That's going to break his momentum. That's going to allow Zimmerman to pull away as now Matthew Fritz is going to battle with the 45 of Tyler Aspinall. That's a battle for the 5th position. A little further. Oh, Austin's big wreck here in the back. They're still sliding and wrecking. See if we can see what brought this one out. We're looking to see the battle here between Jay Stinson and Brett Merle. And it looks like Stinson, sorry, that's Austin. Austin Schultz got a little loose there. Let's rewind this back just a little bit. We see Austin Schultz get loose here all by himself. Brett Merle's and Jay Stinson trying to do everything they can to avoid the 56. Merle's got the lane to the outside. He's going to go right around. Dave Wright, though, not going to be so lucky as Brian Merle Jr. comes plowing in the back here as well. Brandon Zimmerman caught up in this one. Chuck Balance spinning it out, trying to avoid. We see the 17 get woed down. That's Daniel Wiles avoiding it as well. So a couple drivers, one driver getting his wave around, get back onto the lead lap. And now everybody currently on the lead lap, as Daniel Wiles was able to get his lucky dog. So I'll take you through the field real quick. Mike Moultrie, your leader, has led since the drop of the green flag. Devin Butchino sits back in second. Nick Fuller up in the third position, up 3 spots from where he started. Devin Zimmerman back and forth. Then Matthew Fritz, your top 5. Tyler Aspinall up 12 spots into the 6th position. Blaze Richardson up 14 spots up in the 7th. Brett Merle up into 8th. Dave Wright 9th. And Riley Gomes rebounds currently in the top 10. As the lights on the pace car are back off, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here at IRP. Here we go, pace truck. Back on pit road. Field makes their way back to the Geico restart zone. Green flags back in the air. We are back racing. And look at this, Devin Butchino side by side with Mike Moultrie down into turn number 1. Moultrie, though, with that high lane advantage. Butchino has to slide back in line. That was the best shot that he had of trying to take the lead away from the 24. Meanwhile, a little further back, we see Matthew Fritz, Blaze Richardson. I'm sorry, Matthew Fritz and Brett Merle side by side. Blaze Richardson right behind. Now Blaze working to the outside of Fritz, and Tyler Aspinall trying to work around his teammate Nick Fuller as they come off of turn number 2. Oh, one truck around. That's Ryan Gomes hard into the inside wall. Able to keep it off the racing surface, so we stay green as our leaders make their way down into turn number 1. Brett Merle, Tyler Aspinall side by side off of turn 2. The battle continues for the 5th spot. Oh, Devin Butchino around on the front stretch. Caution is out. And we see the scrape there on the right side of that 68 machine. Looks like Devin might have overdrove it just a little bit and got himself up into the outside wall. See if we can see what happened to the driver of the 68. No, he just lost it all by himself. So let's go back a little further here. So it looks like he might have been up in the wall a lot earlier than that, and slides it down to the inside. And that brings up our 8th caution of the night. It looks like Daniel Wiles is going to get a lap back here, get himself onto the lead lap. So as we work lap number 68 of 150. We are almost to the halfway point. We'll see. Moultrie is probably going to choose the high line yet again on this restart. But Devin Zimmerman going to be down on the low side. It's going to be the first time a different Devin is restarting up front here tonight. As Butchnow's fallen all the way back to the tail end of the line. They come down across the stripe. Lights on the pace truck are off. Here we go, pace truck down on pit road. Mike Moultrie up on the high side. Devin Zimmerman this time on the low side as the field makes their way off of turn number 4 towards the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. And with Zimmerman the first time on that front row, caught sleeping just a little bit. As Brett Merle now working up to the high side of Nick Fuller down into turn number 3. Ooh, Zimmerman got a little shot there from Fuller, and oh! Zimmerman hard into the outside wall. They're still wrecking behind. Caution is back in the air for the 9th time here tonight. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened here. It looked like that actually started quite a bit further back, or on the track, not in the field, but see if we can find good view of this one. So coming down the backstretch and into the corner here, we see the 14 of Fuller get a good run. Devin Zimmerman kind of comes down in across his nose a little bit. There might have been a little bit of contact. Yeah, there was some contact there. You see the wheel turning left and right there from the 93. Gets up into the outside wall. And Brett Merle just drives right into the back of the 93. Tyler Aspinall gets caught up in it along with Matthew Fritz there. Here's Dave Wright trying to sneak through. Oh, Lynch. Look at Lynch sneaking through this one. And then behind we see more going on as Brian Merle Jr. turns around right in front of Devin Butchino. Eddie Morris trying to avoid this one as well. The 55 of Gomes got a little piece of it there. So a big wreck here involving a lot of trucks here on our 9th caution of the night. we're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire here. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road, which he does. And this time, Moultrie's got to have Nick Fuller down to the inside as they come off of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Moultrie back out in front, and Brett Merle diving down to the inside of Tyler Aspinall. Oh, more contact. Merle down, gets loose. They're going to be 3 wide. Blaze Richardson up on the high side. Oh, one truck around. That looks like Joe Wright around. Eddie Morris gets a piece of it as well. Caution back out on the raceway. That brings up another wreckage rewind. So we see the 3 wide in front. Joe Wright heavy on the brakes to avoid getting into the back of Blaze Richardson. And he just loses it here right in front of Stinson. Catches Michael Proval. No, Proval misses it. Stinson misses it as well. There's the 9 of Riley Gomes getting tagged in that great pumpkin machine. Comes up, it tags Eddie Morris there in the left rear. The 17 gets a little piece of it. Brian Merle Jr. able to avoid, but Devin Butchino is not able to avoid. Catches the outside wall. Charles Balance makes a little contact there, and we see Eddie Morris stopped, and 17 just catches him just a little bit. Doesn't look like too much damage to that 8 machine. He should be able to carry on. And with that caution, I actually lost my timing and scoring. So let's see if we can get that back up for you guys. I appreciate it. I apologize for it, I should say. As the field makes their way off of turn number 4. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. We see O. Lynch working up to the high side now after being caught up in a couple wrecks. He's battling with Tyler Aspinall for the 3rd position. As caution is back out on the racetrack yet again. This time it looks like it is for Chuck Balance. We'll see what happened to the driver of the 41 here. Oh, it actually looks like it started with Brian Merle Jr., which I did not see. So let's go back and see what happened to Junior here. Oh, it looks like he just lost again in the corner. Chuck Balance comes nowhere to go, just comes flying in and catches the 13 machine. Again, I'm trying to get this time of scoring back up for you. Again, I do apologize for the little bit of a glitch here. We'll get this back up and running for you as soon as possible. Well, lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And here we go. Got the timing back up on the screen for you. Green flag is back in the air. We're back racing Nick Fuller now. Oh, Lynch tries to make it 3 wide. He's going to make that happen. He's looking to the outside of Fuller off of turn number 2. Fuller, though, with the shorter way around the track, able to hold on currently. Oh, Lynch, though, try to use that high lane momentum. Blaze Richardson, how about this? Up into the 4th spot. Again, told me before the race that he wasn't expecting to make it past lap 25. And now he finds himself running up in the top 5. Oh, one loose in the back of the field, able to hold on to it, though. As this battle for second heats up between John Lynch and Nick Fuller. That's allowing Moultrie just to pull away. And caution is back on the racetrack. It looks like it's for Devin Bucciano. You see Bucciano looking down to the inside and just loses it down on the inside all by himself. And we'll have to see if Devin Bucciano has to park it for the night. The league rule is if you bring out 2 cautions, then you have to park it. I don't know if that is being ruled a racing deal or if it's a self-spin. We'll have to see what happens here. Couple drivers down on pit road. Michael Provolt, Chuck Balance getting some damage repaired on their machines. As we are 10 laps away from the 100 lap mark. So about 60 laps to go here in the event. This time by, the lights on the pace truck should be shutting off. We'll have one lap to go. Nope, next time by, the lights on the pace truck will be shutting off, and we'll have one lap to go. So here we go. Lights on the pace truck will be coming off this time. And Moultrie, I imagine, will be jumping back up to the high side. Pace truck makes its way down on the pit road. Moultrie comes down to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. And Blaze Richardson up into the third position, working around the high side of Nick Fuller. And John Lynch, who's been in 2 or 3 incidents tonight, now finds himself up in the second position as Blaze Richardson and Nick Fuller continue to battle side by side for the third position. Ooh, some contact. Fuller gonna have to tuck in behind Blaze Richardson now as Richardson up into the third spot, and Nick Fuller now has his hands full of his teammate. As the caution is out yet again, it looks like it's for the 82 of Joe Wright. We'll see what brought out this one here as Joe Wright is battling here with Brandon Zimmerman down into turn number 1. And looks like just a little bit of contact between those two drivers. Kind of looks like Joe might have overdriven the corner just a little bit. That's going to bring the 82 on pit road. Looks like the 82 has retired from the event. Yeah, and it looks like Joe Wright is done for the night. Here comes Chuck Balance around the outside, getting one of his laps back. Looks like Michael Provold had a little issue here under that caution as well. Maybe not. It's weird. Showed he had issues on my screen. Could be just a little glitch. Could have been a little screen blip, a little loss of connection there. But here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. coming to 50 laps to go. This time, John Lynch is going to be right there on the inside, trying to get a little advantage here on the 24 of Moultrie as they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. Not a great start for that inside row. Blaze Richardson falls back into the 5th position. He's battling side by side with Fritz. A little further, Nick Fuller looking down to the inside of John Lynch off of turn number 4. Ooh, big wiggle out of Richardson. He's going to fall back into that 5th position. Oh, well, Lynch up into the outside wall. That allows Fuller to get a good run here down the backstretch and into turn number 3. A little contact between the 33 and the 14. And Blaze Richardson looking down underneath the 29 of Fritz. While these are all battling, Mike Moultrie is able to pull away. He's got over a 1.5-second gap over second place John Lynch. Meanwhile, Tyler Aspinall and Dave Wright are going at it right behind this as well. We've got 6 trucks under a blanket. Oh, Richardson goes around hard into the inside wall. Caution. Caution is back on the racetrack. That brings up another wreckage rewind. As we take a look to see what happened to Blaze Richardson here, coming off of turn number 4. He's down on the low side. We see a little contact there between the 14 and the 33. And then here comes Tyler Aspinall. Did Blaze lose it by himself, or did he have a little bit of help here? Oh, looks like he just lost his own, and then Aspinall finished him off. A little different view here. See if we can see if there was some contact from behind, and yep, there sure was. So Blaze Richardson bringing out that caution. With a little bit of help from the 45 of Tyler Aspinall. Goes Chuck Balance back around to get one of his laps back. So when we come by next time by, the lights on the pace truck will be turning off. We're going to go back green flag racing. Here we go. Oh, lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to go one more lap before going green flag racing here again at IRP. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or on Kick. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you know whenever we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. course, don't forget to check out our great partners here, including Blue Ridge Auto Group. If you're looking for a new or used car in the Tennessee area, visit BlueRidgeAutoGroup.com. Of course, our great partners over at RaceEPI.com for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. IntensityBroadcasting.com for all your Intensity swag, Alley Admin Weese's racing gear, and some league gear as well. You can check all that out down below at the link. Also, don't forget to check out our great partner over at The Butt Kicker. If you're looking for that little bit extra feel when you're racing on iRacing, check out The Butt Kicker at thebuttkicker.com. Moultrie again chooses that high lane, putting John Lynch down on the bottom as they come off of turn number 4. Green flag's back in the air. We are back racing. And this is the first time Moultrie's really had a battle for position here as Lynch able to tuck back in line. Here comes Fuller now, who got really loose getting down into the corner. That allowed John Lynch to get back out in front. And we see Austin Schultz back there get a little loose as the 33 gets up into the outside wall. Oh, Lynch turns around the 14. Caution is out. More trucks. Aspinall goes as well. Another big wreck in the back. Oh, there's going to be a lot to talk about under this caution. Looks like it might have started with Michael Provolt here down into turn number 1. Well, you see Stinson loses it too, but Provolt loses it. Those two make contact there. Then Blaze Richardson. Rewind it just a little bit. While that's going on, Blaze Richardson and Brian Merle Jr. Yeah, Richardson was just trying to avoid the accident. He gets up into Junior, and Riley Gomes makes some contact as well. Meanwhile, while all that's going on, we had more stuff going on up front as the 14 got turned around. Tyler Aspinall got turned around as well. And Aspinall able to just barely make a little bit of contact with the inside wall. So let's take you through the field here. Mike Moultrie out in front. Matthew Fritz currently running in the 2nd position. Austin Schultz has made his way up to 3rd. Dave Wright up to 4th. And Devin Zimmerman back in the top 5 in the Scooby-Doo machine. Brett Merle up in 6th. Daniel Wiles makes it back into the 7th position. Actually 8th with Ryan Gomes to his inside. And then Brandon Zimmerman and Devin Buccino back in the top 10. Green flag is back in the air. Again, another big jump for Mike Moultrie as caution is back out on the racetrack. See what happened. Oh, looks like a... Looks like a little stack up here. One truck, it looks like the 34 of Rick Ward just never got going up on that high side. And then Jay Stinson runs in the back of the 34. Blaze gets pushed by Brian Merle Jr. into the back of the 31. And it's just a chain reaction. So we are coming up on, quickly coming up on 30 laps. Actually, we have 30 laps to go here. 35 laps to go. My math is not working here tonight. I'm on vacation, so my math is not needed to be done. As they cross the line this time, I think the lights on the pace truck should be shutting off. Nope, we're going to go one more lap around before they do. We have a couple drivers that are currently a lap down. Looks like John Lynch has parked the truck for the night as well. So far we have 4 drivers out of the race. Eddie Morris, Cole Owens, Joseph Wright, and John Lynch. So here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. Mike Moultrie up on the high side. Matthew Fritz going to restart on the low side. Austin Schultz. Austin Schultz and David Wright back in row number 2. Devin Zimmerman and Brett Merle row number 3. As the pace truck pulls down on the pit road. And green flag is back in the air. And Dave Wright trying to look up to the high side of Matthew Fritz off of turn number 2. And oh, Devin Zimmerman makes some contact with Brett Merle. Caution is out. We got a big wreck here in the back. So you see Brett Merle down on going through the grass here. I don't think he had anything to do with this incident, but we'll see here as he comes back up across the track. Yeah, he was able to safely make his way back onto the racetrack. But so it starts back here. Let's see where Gomes is here. Oh, he gets turned around by Aspinall. Brian Merle Jr. comes in here, has nowhere to go. Ooh. rewind this and go in slow motion, see who else was involved in this one. So Ryan Gomes, Brian Merle Jr., Nick Fuller, Stinson gets a piece of it, Rick Ward, Charles Balance, all involved. So Brian Merrill Jr. currently down 1 lap after getting his damage fixed up. You see a lot of damage still on that 13 machine. Although it looks like it's tracking pretty straight, although that right fender is missing. So here we go. We're going to come across the pace truck down on pit road. Mike Moultrie coming back down to the restart zone. Going to have Austin Schultz to the inside this time. Green flag is back in the air. We have 25 laps to go. Dave Wright working up to the outside of Schultz. Schultz able to clear the 84. Now he's going to set his sights on the 24 of Moultrie. Michael Provolt looking down to the inside of Daniel Wiles, and meanwhile Devin Zimmerman battling with Brett Merle. A couple drivers having some issues here in the back of the field. Chuck Balance, Ryan Gomes, Blaze Richardson was involved as well. Will we stay green? And Austin Schultz able to pull away. How about Devin Zimmerman? Recovering from a couple early spins as well, finds himself up in the 5th position. We have 22 laps to go. Brett Merle almost came down into Devin Buchino, catches the outside wall. Now here comes Michael Provolt with the run down underneath Devin Buchino. Great racing side by side here in the middle of the pack. Dave Wright battling with Austin Fritz here off of turn number 2. Able to hold on to that 3rd and final podium spot. As this gaggle of trucks back here continues to battle it out, as Michael Provolt trying to work around Brett Merle and get himself up into the 7th position. Ooh, Tyler Aspinall really loose there off the corner trying to gain on this group. That's kind of stuck behind Brett Merle and Michael Provolt as they continue to run side by side. Oh, a couple trucks turned around. Caution is out. Stinson and Nick Fuller around in turn number 2. That brings up another wreckage rewind. let's looks like a little three-wide racing here with Brandon Zimmerman up in the wall. And then Fuller turns around the 31. Riley Gomes just nowhere to go, makes a little bit of contact there as well. Well, it's 17 laps to go. When we take the green flag, we'll have about 15 laps to go. Tina Miller says, let's go, as Devin Zimmerman's now moved himself up into the top 5. Oh. Well, that is going to do it. The checker flag is in the air. The servers run out of time, and Mike Moultrie is going to be your winner. Austin Schultz is going to come home in second, and David Wright will be your third. And the race finishes under yellow. So our top 3 are going to come up to the start-finish line to take the top 3 podium picture. Well, Moultrie is going to do a little burnout there first, and as we get our top 3 set up here for the top 3 picture. Let's take a look at the results. Again, Mike Moultrie gets the win. Austin Schultz comes home in second. Dave Wright brings it home third. Matthew Fritz and Devin Zimmerman round out your top 5. Devin Buccino brings it home in 6th. 7th, Michael Provolt, Brett Merle 8th, Daniel Wiles, and Tyler Aspinall, your top 10. 11th is Riley Gomes. 12th, Brandon Zimmerman. 13th, Ryan Gomes. Rick Ward and Chuck Balance round out your top 15. Blaze Richardson brings it home in 16th. Jay Stinson 17th. Nick Fuller 18th. 19th, Brian Merle Jr. and John O'Lynch. Joe Wright 21st. Eddie Morris 22nd. And Cole Owens rounds out the field in 23rd here tonight. So we get ready to talk to our top 3. Starting with our 3rd place finisher. Let's bring up our fancy little cam here. and talk to our third place finisher, David Wright. D Wright, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Joshy, I got you, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Awesome race for you here tonight. Coming home P3, up 8 spots from where you started. It was a battle of attrition out there, but you drove yourself right up there to the front. Talk us through that race and what you're able to do to keep yourself out of trouble and get yourself up front.
Yeah, really just avoided wrecks all day. I had 6X, but I want to say that was on like restarts, just stack up on restarts and getting into the guy in front of me, bunching up. But yeah, it was a war of attrition out there. A lot of big names get taken out for self spins or causing accidents. Just a lot of mess. But for me, I'll take the third place finish. Obviously, it hasn't been the best year truck wise. I've been running top 10, top 5 all year, and then usually get taken out coming to the end here. So I was not even expecting to talk to you, Josh. I figured I would get taken out on one of those restarts in going into turn 1, turn 2 in the last 20, 30 laps there, but it worked out, man.
Yeah, restarts. Even though we had so many of them, restarts really seem to be the time to get some positions, but it could also be treacherous as well. Talk us through. I know the track was really slick to begin with, but talk us through those restarts because I imagine it must have been a little tough to get the power down.
Yeah, it's just like you kept at least for me, kept swapping positions. So I would start seventh, have to be on the inside, gain a position through a wreck. But that wreck would be in front of me, so get back to seventh, right? And starting on the inside is not where you want to be on this track. You want to be on the outside. Moultrie was getting big jumps up there, really right at that red line, seeing it the whole race. So the people that were behind him kept cycling. So I don't know if everybody knew, but once I got up there to fourth, it was a little bit easier to kind of jump and get ahead of third and even make a play for second. That last caution, not the last one, the second to last one, could have had a play for it. But yeah, restarts got plenty of practice tonight.
Well, great job bringing that awesome looking Michigan machine home third. Before I let you go, D-Right, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, man, I want to shout out Coach Harbaugh. Obviously, they're always coming for you when they're at the top, right? See, we're pretty unstoppable today. Football's a tough game. It doesn't matter what the signs are. Like they said, if you're running sweep, you still got to stop it. It's very physical, right, Josh? So go blue. And then obviously I want to thank Dev Sports Guards, Dev and all he does, and Morris Customs too, right? So painting that paint job on there. Excellent. Thank all the Neon team. I know a couple of them had to bail out tonight. Got caught up in some accidents and lost some stuff, but me and Dev were able to at least get a couple of top sixes here, so worked out.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight, your first of the season, and good luck the rest of the way out.
Thanks, Joshy. Talk to you later, bud.
Have a great night. So that was your third place finisher, Dave Wright. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Austin Schultz. Austin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Man, great run for you here tonight, coming home second place to your teammate. But it was a hard-fought battle. I know you had a couple incidents early in the race, had to drive your way back up through the field. Talk about the race and having to come from the back to the front a couple times.
Well, it's been like 2 straight weeks. I talk about starting at Darlington. I was in 5th, and then I missed the pit road twice, so there goes top 5. Michigan, I was in 3rd. I ran out of fuel. Bristol Dirt Trucks, I wreck myself, go back up to 5th, and then in the next gen I get wrecked again. I wrecked myself again. So today was just, I started in 3rd, wrecked myself, went back to 20th, got back up to 7th, got involved in a wreck, went back to 22nd, worked my way up to 2nd.
Well, great job getting yourself back up there. Battling there with your teammate there, Mike. I know it was a tough race. I know you don't want to wreck your teammate or anything, but is there anything you could have done maybe on a restart to kind of get to the inside of him and try to take that lead away?
I had a little bit fresher tires than him. I was just making sure, hate to say it, but knowing that time is running out, I just wanted to make sure it was a clean finish. And at the end of the race, that was the best 10 green flag laps we've had. So if we could just do that, looking forward to tomorrow. I know tomorrow can be a hell of a race. It could possibly be worse than this. But we'll just see. Hopefully the America Racing can keep putting in some good finishes, because that's all it's about.
Well, again, great job with the teammate 1-2 here tonight. But before we let you go, anyone want to thank, a shout out you want to give here tonight?
Just give out shout out to America Racing. All the practice we're putting in is starting to pay off. Owen's Detailing, he's my primary sponsor, so he's on all my cars. So just keep putting in work. The league's got potential. People just need to give a little bit of space.
Yeah, for sure. Well, again, congrats here tonight, and good luck the rest of the season. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Hopefully be talking to you tomorrow.
Have a great night. So that was Austin Schultz getting second place here, but his teammate getting the win. Mike, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I sure do.
Man, great run for you here tonight. I know it was a lot of cautions, a lot of restarts for you here tonight, and I know the restarts aren't easy. I know you had the ability to take the high lane on every restart here tonight, but man, talk us through those restarts, because that seemed to be the real key to tonight.
Yeah, those restarts, they were pretty tough. A couple of times the car on the inside, I can tell they kind of guessed when I was going to leave, and they left right with me. And I mean, you had to really drive it into the turn to clear that inside line. So I mean, that's what we had, so many cautions. That's what really made the race, being able to have that track position. So I mean, I wish it would have went green longer, but hey, I'll take it.
Sometimes you got to take them any way you can take them. But the green flag racing that we did have seemed to be pretty good. The track looked awfully slick here tonight. Was there anything you were trying to do to try to save either the right rear or the right front here tonight?
Just don't spin the tires. I mean, I wasn't even full throttle until I was all the way on the front stretch, because I mean, it's real easy to spin and slide and just kill your tires early. So I was hoping we didn't have to pit because all the cautions we were having. So I didn't want to be that one car left out and everybody else pits. And I have no tires, but it didn't work out that way. I'm glad. So pretty happy with tonight. That's three in a row now.
Yeah, for sure. And going for 4 in a row tomorrow night at Martinsville. I know Martinsville is another tricky short track, but I know it runs a little bit differently than this, so you might have a little more grip off the corner. How do you like your chances tomorrow night?
If I can qualify in the top 5, I like my chances, but it seems like, there's just hard racing, and, it only takes one little mistake on a short track to cause a big wreck. So, I mean, the next gen car is a lot harder to drive than the truck, in my opinion. So, I mean, I guess we'll just see what happens tomorrow.
I feel like the next gen car, though, has a little bit more forgiveness when you make a little bit of contact with someone. So I think tomorrow night we'll see a lot of fenders rubbing and racing, and looking forward to it. So again, congratulations, Mike, on the win. Before I let you go, though, anyone you want to thank, any shout you got to give?
Just my teammates, Austin and Daniel. My other teammate Cole couldn't make it tonight. You up in the booth, and my paint guy, Amar Paints.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the win, and good luck tomorrow night at Martinsville.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Too.
So there is your winner, Mike Moultrie, getting the win here tonight at IRP. That's going to do it for us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to join us next week, 2 weeks from now, for the Doghouse Racing League and SCSRA doubleheader. Of course, thanks to Blue Ridge Auto Group, Morris Customs, Dev Sports Cards, Race EPI, IntensityBroadcasting.com, and the Butt Kicker, all supporting for us here tonight. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.